Hi Virgo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing a bit of a whatever comes out type reading. I am using the Inner Child Oracle. I know we can't really see the pastel colors very well there, but the other sides are very, very bright. So we can definitely see the images on the other sides. Each individual card does have an individual affirmation as well. But we also have the True Love Oracle. Okay, and as always, my trusty lenormand that I do focus my messages on, I am using the lenormand of Japan today. Okay, so we're going to get started and we're going to draw some oracle for you first and foremost, and then we'll sort of work from there, see what wants to come out for you. Okay, Virgo. What's going on for our Virgos? What does Virgo need to know? Okay, we had one flying on out there, and it was create. Okay, you can see the gorgeous little bunnies on these cards. It does say, my creativity flows freely. All right, so it is a little bunny cooking there, learning how to cook. It does say kiss the cook, and he's got little kissy faces all over. Little, oh, you can't really see the kisses, but he's got little kisses all over his face there. So someone definitely has been kissing the cook. But it's really just talking about, creating and putting a lot of love into the things that you create. So creating is a lot more than just, cooking or art or things like that. We create every single day, with whatever we're doing, basically, creating, even when we're at work, even boring things like, Excel files or whatever it is for you in your particular job, that creativity side of yourself flowing at the moment, and really allowing it to flow and create at the moment, and really focusing on the creation rather than the outcome. So focusing on the act of creating something rather than the outcome of whatever you're creating. Okay, so it's kind of like, just as an example, because I do paint quite a lot. So, when you're painting an artwork or whatever, rather than focusing on what you want the artwork to look like when it is finished, focusing on just that small color patch that you're painting right now and getting it looking how you want it, so that once it does become that whole picture, it sort of comes together the way that you do want it to. So I do really feel as though this is, focusing on what you're creating, focusing on, the brush strokes, but focusing on the vibrancy of the colors rather than focusing on the final product that you've got in your mind. Okay, so just focusing on the act of creating at the moment, and allowing that creativity to flow freely through yourself. So, with that cooking sort of thing, just enjoy the stirring, enjoy the chopping. You chop things the way that you want them, you chop them well. Of course they're going to work out the way that you want in the end product, but focus on that carrot you're chopping right now rather than focusing on the entirety of the soup. Of course, making sure we're following recipes or whatever, even though, I'm not very good at following recipes. I am one of those cooks who is a bit of like, yeah, that looks like it, right, chuck that much in, add a bit more of that. So why not? Creativity, right? Creativity, it's all creativity. We do also have growth coming through for you as well. So that's all about, creating and then growth. So for some of you, Virgo, we may be actually creating new growth. So this definitely could be talking about, someone getting pregnant as well. So just thought I better mention that. Obviously we'll know a bit more when the Lenormand comes out, but that growth, it could be that self growth, because you do sort of see the birthday cake and the little birthday hat. So this particular bunny is celebrating maturing and aging and growing a year older. So it's all about, celebrating those small moments of growth within yourself. It does say, I face life with openness and love. So, facing everything as opportunities to grow and learn and experience and just live your life at the moment, Virgo. Just focusing on, like the small things I feel for you at the moment, Virgo. Those, turning those not doesn't even have to be like how much you've grown in a whole year, like we're seeing the reference with the birthday there. Although definitely, it Virgo season has only just finished, so a lot of you probably are actually, looking back at the past year and realizing how much you have grown, between this birthday you've just had and the one before that. Like, so it may actually be the case that you are sort of looking at that yearly thing of how much you have grown and changed within that past year since your prior birthday, since that is so recent for you, Virgo. So a lot of you may actually be sort of thinking about, this year I did this for my birthday, and wow, that's so much more of a mature, birthday party than the one I had last year or a couple of years ago. So I do feel a couple of you that may be what we're looking at there, sort of looking back at that cycle of birthdays even. So, I nearly forgot for a moment there that it was so close to Virgo season. Okay, but we'll have a bit more of a look into that with the lenormand. Okay, create and growth for Virgo. Creating growth for Virgo. I feel as though for a lot of you that's joined to creating more growth within yourself. Create and growth for our Virgos, please. Got a pretty straightforward message here, Virgo. And I'm once again, I am getting drawn to the idea that for maybe a couple of you, this is talking about creating new growth, as in possibly creating a child. Maybe you're just getting a puppy. I don't know your particular situation. It is a collective reading, but I'm just going to grab one to clarify that, because that seems to be pretty straightforward. Clarify this message for Virgo, please. Pardon me. Okay, so firstly, we do have the house energy. So that's, all about your stability, security, you're growing more stability and security within yourself, heading forward, that growth of being able to feel more secure with your place in the world, feeling more stable with where you're at in your life, in your maturity, all those sorts of things. Pardon me, the weather here this week has been all over the place. It's gone from, it was 25 degrees Celsius, guys, Celsius, one day, and then the next day it jumped 11 degrees to 36. So it was like muggy, hot day yesterday, and then today it's like really windy and everything's getting stirred up. There was like a storm. They were saying before on the radio there may be a storm coming through, so it's all over the place, and it really messes with my allergies, as well as, all the dust I've been messing around with while I've been moving houses. You don't realize how much dust tends to gather under furniture if you've been in a property for 7 years, and all of a sudden there's just dust everywhere. And you're like, I swear this place was clean before I started moving things. Oh, but sorry. But yeah, I do get that reference for a couple of you that this is talking about growth of your family, okay? Because this can talk about the family home. So you may be creating more growth within your family. So whether that's a puppy, a new baby, it could also be things like, bringing somebody else into the family. So, like if somebody within the family is all of a sudden, partnering up or those sorts of things. I do feel for a couple of you that we are looking at some sort of growth within your family dynamic. Okay, so keep that in mind. But then we do also have the yes card, and that's kind of feeling like an individual energy, that it's just kind of confirming to you, yes, you have grown, you have matured, you have gotten to a much more stable point in your life here, Virgo. It does look really nice. And then we also do have the heart card. Okay, so reminding you that there is a lot of sentimental loving energy around you. This is that unconditional love with the family card there as well. A lot of unconditional love coming through, from the people that are around you. We are also, once again, I'm getting that reference once again, that you may be creating new loves within your life, new family members, new love happening around you at this moment, Virgo. So for some of you, that's definitely, that there may be a new child on the way, okay? It may not be yours, okay, or whatever, but I feel for some of you, there's definitely that new family member on the way soon. It's kind of in that creation process, though. So some of you may just be thinking about bringing, starting to try to have a baby or those sorts of things as well. And when I've clarified that, I do have the coffin and the mountain. Okay, so this is kind of letting us know that, yeah, we're seeing an ending here, an end to delays, an end to obstacles that you've been facing, an end to the way that you deal with obstacles. You're now actually more able to, see your way clear of any delay or obstacle that comes in on your path. You've closed the door on those past obstacles you might have faced, and you are sort of moving into new beginnings. The coffin really does talk about that death and then rebirth. So we are seeing the death of a cycle where, obstacles may have been huge like mountains, whereas, we have got that rebirth where rather than seeing the obstacle, you're actually seeing the opportunity available from that obstacle. Okay, so it's kind of just letting us know that, yeah, you're overcoming those obstacles that you may have been facing in the past when it comes to your creation and your growth within even just yourself. Okay. But we'll have a look into love for you as well, Virgo. Okay. Virgo, what's going on for Virgo in love? What does Virgo need to know about love? Okay, so firstly, we do have garden coming through. So we do have that growth aspect straight away with that garden energy. Okay, so I'm really feeling that that's all about growth and stopping and smelling the roses as well, and realizing how far you have grown already, and don't stop now. I'm getting that song, Don't Stop Believing. Sorry about my horrible singing. But yeah, nurturing yourself, nurturing the things around you, nurturing and planting the seeds. Once again, create that growth within your life, within yourself, within your partner, with planting those seeds and watching them sprout and then turn into seedlings and then beautiful flowers. Okay, so we really are looking at growth coming through, and it's coming through for you in the very in a very loving way at the moment. So there is definitely a couple of Virgos where we are looking at brand new growth from created from your love. So I've said it a few times now. There's probably no point to keep on talking about it. But let me know in the comments if you or your partner or somebody close to you is pregnant. I'd be very interested to know if we are currently creating that growth within your family dynamic, or whether you just don't know about that yet, or whether that's something, that's sort of about to start happening, about to, thinking about doing that or something along those lines. Let me know. I'd be very interested to hear who that resonates for. But I do feel like for a lot of you, it's actually quite a few of you. I'm getting about 80-20 here. But yeah, so for those of you where that's not the case, where we're not looking at, new children, new people, new relationships, new pets, um, you know, new family members, those sorts of things. If you're not looking at those sorts of things, it would just be talking about nurturing the seeds of whatever it is that you are creating within your life. Okay, so in the growth within yourself, your personal growth. Okay, so every time I'm referring to that idea, you may sort of swap and change that as necessary, because it can sort of cover a lot of different topics. It could just be talking about someone planting a seed that they want to get a new job, and then all of a sudden they're getting they're creating new opportunities in that field for themselves. So it definitely could cover quite a lot of aspects, but I am just heavily getting that family resonance coming through. So I do feel for a lot of you, we are sort of looking at that family dynamic changing. But we do also have dating. Okay, so this is a very gorgeous little card here, all about, getting out there and dating and spending quality time. If you do already have a person, it's just talking about going out on date with that person, spending that quality time. I would sort of suggest to going somewhere, specifically, rather than, just staying at home all the time, that sort of a thing. It really would talk about, that being in the best interest for that connection. For those of you who do not have a connection, you may very soon have more than one, because dating sort of does give you that vibe of, maybe dating more than one person, maybe going on a few dates, that sort of a vibe. But we'll have a look in with the Lenormand and see if we can get some more detail about that dating card. Okay, dating for Virgo. It can also just talk about that, that romance between people as well, that, that whining and dining somebody energy, Okay, dating for Virgo. What's going on with this dating card for Virgo, please? And I do have the ring on the bottom of the deck there, okay? So some of you definitely connected there, and others of you heading to a connection, all right? So there's definitely a connection coming through, connected to this. What we're seeing here, we do have the road. Okay, so some of you are choosing which direction you're going to take when it comes to dating. Are you, going to, take these steps of starting a family with somebody? Are you, which person do you want to keep dating? A few of you may have different options. If you are single, you may have multiple options that you are sort of choosing which path to take here. It is usually some sort of choice or decision. So with that dating card, I do feel for, especially the singles of you, that is talking about, choosing to go on dates and choosing to, oh, should I go on a date with A, or should I go on a date with B? Or maybe C, he looks nice, or she looks nice, whatever it is, gender aside, guys. It's kind of just that vibe of, oh, where should we go? Deciding kind of energy, choices, making up your mind what path you want to take with this connection, with potential connections. And then we do see the sun. So, we're definitely headed towards happiness one way or another. No matter which path you take, we've got happiness at the end. And I do feel that with that, Sun card there, it does sort of let us know that it's going to be revealed to you. If you're currently single and you don't think you have any options, they will be revealed to you very, very soon. And this new path that you are going to choose to take is being revealed to you very, very soon. I do feel for a lot of you, if you are trying to choose between people, there's a son reference. Okay, so someone may have a son, like an actual child son. Um, there may be something about them being a doting son, or a son being important, like an actual son. But then I'm also seeing, the sun, like the sun in the sky. Like somebody may have a sun tattoo. Somebody may have, just some sort of sun, solar reference. There's a soul, like a sun reference there. So even when, if you go on a date with someone, for example, you go on a date with somebody, and you go to this restaurant and they seat you right in, the only table in the whole restaurant that's got sun streaming through and onto the table, and it's just like blinding. That is a sign to you that this person is important for you. Okay, so I am just getting that for a couple of you, that there is an actual reference. You'll know which choice to make because of the sun. Okay, it's kind of like that. The sun was in my eyes, and that's how I knew it was that path. Like it's like I'm just seeing this image of someone trying to choose between like three pathways, and one of them is like lit up, like the sun is streaming down onto the path, making it shine. Making that path shine. Whereas the other paths are like just normal. Like, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Um, but it's just kind of like, yeah, there's some sort of, you'll know somehow, to do with the sun, a sun reference. So whether it be an actual child sun, or the sun in the sky, there is a sun reference. They may even say something about, oh, I love it when it's sunny, or something along those lines. I'm just getting that very clearly, that there's a sun reference, and if you are trying to choose between different people, that's the one. Okay, that's the one you're going to choose. Um, we do also have the book, so that's your new chapter. So that's choosing that new chapter. It does show us that you do choose that new path to walk down. That you work out exactly which path, and you're ready to start that chapter. You sort of got your book open. The book of Virgo's life is open wide, and you're sort of headed straight into that new chapter. So a lot of new chapters. And once again, I'm getting that, there may be some new characters coming into the story. So whether this is through you dating, or whether this is going back to that new family member, new character coming into the story, but new chapters definitely are sort of unfolding as we sort of speak, I feel. So a lot of you may already be sort of dating a few people, and sort of trying to work out which one you want to go with, or which one you're drawn to the most. Okay, but you're drawn to the one that has the sun shining. Okay. Whatever that means in your particular situation, I feel like you'll know, and you'll see something or hear something, and you'll be like, and it will remind you of this reading, and you'll be like, that's the one. So come back and let me know, okay? But yeah, that's what we have for you today, Virgo. Please leave a comment and let me know if that resonated. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon.